their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, 4th coming. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Corner out. Louis. Hey, Zoo.
Goff. Escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. 3rd and long. It's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That's it, baby. We're going to work at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 13. Check.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I'm here. 18. He's checking. Crash. Here we go. Check him out. Check the call.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Alert. Switch gears.
On first down, they go option to the right. First down, a run with Cohen. Into the secondary again. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
18.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How they can get much more balance than this? Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Sit up. 180. 58. Come on. I'm here all day.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Gurley again here on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying it, and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
They're not ready.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're going for it with the option right, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye, and touchdown. Todd Gurley, 55 yards, and his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Horrible.
After the interception, here's Goff. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. Maverick.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
DC.
On first and goal, Gurley. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Hey, I-7.
Now Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Looking for Woods that time, but now it's third and goal.
Tiger. 3 down. Bravo. Merlin. Go now.
Now Goff on third and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Big hit.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Good one, boys. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. He gets it to Cooks. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Another carry now for Gurley. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Goff on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Hey, lift.
Goff on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Here we go. Ready. Move. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Shit. Check it back. Value 3. 17.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
3. Hey, check two.
Here's Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Goff. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
18. Hey, ball. Check. Crunch.
61, matchbox lights.
36. Whip. Watch the whip.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah. That's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Trubisky's pass complete to number 6. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Line 20.
16.
Throwing on second and long. Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Black. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Get ready.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
This time, Trubisky will throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Hey, alert.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's We got three. Fellas. We got three.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the night. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But
he's got a man complete. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.